Ah, the ageless chap with the fine head of hair is on the phone. That is so, Prime Minister, yes, he is saying. We want you to promote her, yes, we want her to be the new Minister for Children, yes, indeed, with immediate effect. The civil servants are cringing, they don't know where to put themselves, as the Prime Minister's voice on speaker carries among them. Dear, oh dear, it's the same old, same old. I'm here again, yet I would be elsewhere, and otherwise. But she's very tainted. The PM's messianic schoolboy voice has a quite beseeching tone. People simply can't believe that she cares in the least about children. In fact, it's rather the opposite. And that's why we want her, says the chap with the hair. But, yes? Surely that is not advisable. She has a history, indeed, she has a record. She's on record, I mean, in the public domain, as being very unsympathetic to children who seek redress. So we'd be sending a signal, which is to say, surely it's not a signal we would, should we chance it, do you think? Oh, yes, indeed. We'll chance it, Prime Minister. It's precisely the signal we wish to send to your ministers and their officials and their underlings, and to the public at large. Then I have to say, the Prime Minister very sulkily replied, it is probably going to cost us the election. Not our problem, old chap, came the reply, and anyway, no one is going to notice, are they? Look, I mean, the Prime Minister splutters down the phone. Consider, don't I have a say in this? I have my own people to look after, you know. Either way, I thought you said we were equal partners. Haven't we been through this before? I mean, really, Prime Minister, none of us is free. Do you imagine we are free to hang about and do what we like? I'm afraid not. And you must do as we say, must you not? But not to worry about the election. You've had a very good innings, and there are better things still before you. I needn't remind you, surely, Prime Minister, that you have still so very much to gain, and so very, very much to lose. There was a longish pause. Somebody drummed his nails on the table. The civil servants, anxious not to hear any more, pretended to confer in whispers. The sunlight acquired a greenish tinge. A smell arose. Very well, the Prime Minister said. He sounded so sad, so burdened, so out of sorts with the world. I will do as you say. Before you go, Prime Minister, there's perhaps one little thing more. Yes? We were wondering if we might not have another power. Ultra vires will do. We don't want a lot of idle talk in Parliament. Ultra vires? Yes? All this mudslinging that goes on today, all this demotic mudslinging. We want you to make sure that anybody who calls any of our people now, what is that word they love to use? I mean the newspapers. I take it you mean the P word? The P word? Yes, I do mean that. In short, then, anybody who uses that term without prima facie judicial evidence must be held to be in contempt of court and should be sent directly to prison. We simply must have more order in the population. I can only agree to look into it. The Prime Minister's pleading tone had now acquired a distinctly